recruit graduation for class 921. At this time, Chief Moore and his inspection party will visually inspect the graduating class.
the left.
Forward!
Stand fast. March. Forward! March!
Forward! March!
Forward! March! Please! Ready! Seat!
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the invocation to be delivered by Department Chaplain, Pastor Henry Ellis.
Put!
Shall we bow? Loving Father, thank you that you are always with us. We pray for the peace officer graduates today. We pray that they would know your presence is with them as they face the challenges and demands of their job. When their work feels overwhelming, we ask that you bring peace and clarity of mind. There is no pure source of peace and joy than you, Lord. You alone is worthy to receive our honor and worship for eternity. We exalt your powerful name above all other names and powers on earth. Now I request that you receive not only the prayer of your humbled servant, but receive the prayers of those who are praying with me for the peace officers today. Amen.
Ready! Seat!
Uniform personnel, ready? Chief!
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Pastor Ellis. Guiding, supporting, and challenging every member of this class during this 6-month quest to become a police officer is a hand-picked, highly motivated cadre of law enforcement training professionals. Without their patience, passion, and dedication to duty, this graduation would not be taking place. Will the 921 instructional staff please stand and be recognized? Now let's take a moment to acknowledge the geographic focal leaders of this morning's represented areas. These men and women are tasked with leading these new officers as they provide patrol services to the mosaic of Los Angeles diverse communities. Would our area and patrol captains please stand and be recognized? Now I'd like to have you meet our command staff and honored guests. I'll introduce them one row at a time. Please hold your applause until the end of each row. Richard T. Fank, Executive Director, Police Commission. Inspector General Mark Smith. Deputy Mayor of the City of Los Angeles, Mayor's Office of Public Safety, Reuben Wilson. Mayor of the City of Los Angeles, the Honorable Mayor Eric Garcetti. Chief of Police, Chief Michael Moore, Los Angeles Police Department, and his guest, Senior Pastor John Edward Cager III, ordained itinerant elder in the AME Church in 1994. He is the pastor of Ward African Methodist Episcopal Church, 1177 West 25th Street in Los Angeles. He shepherded 4 congregations, held various leadership positions, developed programs for seniors and disabled, politically active, and named Pastor of the Year in 2007. And Addison Conley, sister of Officer Gabriel Berry. Stacy Berry Conley and Chris Conley, parents of Officer Gabriel Perry. Pastor Henry Ellis. David Pryor, President, William H. Parker Foundation, and his guest, Ms. Sahar Jalala, Ms. President of Sinatra Uniform. She was born and raised in Los Angeles, and her family has been in the uniform business for 30 years. She graduated from CSUN, is going to be attending an MBA program this fall. Commissioner Niranjan Khalsa, Human Relations Commission. A round of applause for them, if you would please. Assistant Chief Dominic Choi, Director, Office of Support Services. Assistant Chief Robert E. Marino, Director, Office of Operations, and his guest, Amir Isai, FBI Special Agent in Charge, Counterterrorism Division. Assistant Chief Al Labrada, Director, Office of Special Operations, and his guest, Pastor Benito Bernal, Co-Chair, Churches in Action, San Fernando Valley. Dr. Luann Pinnell, Director, Police Training and Education, and her guest, Dr. Shindale Seal. Dr. Seal is the CEO of Seal Coaching and Consulting, Chair of UC Santa Cruz's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Program, and member of PTE's Professional Advisory Committee, and Dr. Seal's son, Aiden Ferguson. Aiden is a 10th grade screenwriter and gaming enthusiast. Deputy Chief Mark Reyna, Commanding Officer, Training Bureau, and Commander John Pinto, Commanding Officer, Training Division. Round of applause for them if you will. Deputy Chief Blake Chow, Commanding Officer, Operations West Bureau, and his guest, Police Service Representative LAPD Angela Dominguez, and retired LAPD Police Administrator 3, Gloria Grube. Gloria was the Commanding Officer, Administrative Services Bureau. Police Administrator 3, Anne-Marie Sauer, Commanding Officer, Administrative Services Bureau. Deputy Chief Donald Graham, Commanding Officer, Transit Services Bureau. Deputy Chief Chris Pitcher, Commanding Officer, Detective Bureau. Deputy Chief David Kowalski, Commanding Officer, Counterterrorism and Special Operations Bureau. Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton, Commanding Officer, Operations Valley Bureau. Deputy Chief Michael Oreb, Commanding Officer, Operations Central Bureau. Deputy Chief Gerald Woodyard, Commanding Officer, Operations South Bureau. Captain Giselle Espinoza, Commanding Officer, Community Safety Partnership Bureau, and her guest, Mr. Reyna Baez, Principal of Holmes Avenue Elementary School, Newton Division. A round of applause for them if you'd be so kind. Commander T. Scott Harrelson, Assistant Commanding Officer, Employee Relations Group. Commander Vic Davalos, Support Services Group, and his guest, Rabbi Yossi Elefort. He is president of Magen Om. Magen Om's staff of security specialists is highly trained and works in public and private sector partnerships to provide an atmosphere of safety and security to Jewish communities and institutions throughout Los Angeles. Commander Shannon Paulson, Assistant Commanding Officer, Counterterrorism and Special Operations Bureau. Commander Craig Valenzuela, Assistant Commanding Officer, Operations Valley Bureau. Commander German Hurtado, Assistant Commanding Officer, Operations Central Bureau. And Commander Billy D. Brockway, Office of Operations Department, Homeless Coordinator. And Commander Ruby Flores, Office of Constitutional Policing and Policy, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Group. A round of applause for all our distinguished guests and command staff.
At this time, the class president, Officer Chris Olson, will deliver the class message.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, Mayor Garcetti, and Chief Moore. My name is Officer Christopher Olson, and it is with great honor that I have the privilege of standing before you today to speak on behalf of LAPD Class 921. To say the past couple of years have been unusual would be an understatement. Over the past 7 months, Class 921 has proven our commitment and dedication to the city of Los Angeles. I remember back to orientation day when we all gathered together for the first time at ARTC as strangers, not knowing what to expect, but we had one thing in common. We wanted to wear this prestigious badge so badly that we would do anything for it, including walking 1,000 miles on broken glass, as Officer Fisco would say. Throughout our academy journey, we overcame adversity and setbacks, and even perfected the art of the burpee through Zoom class. This journey was not easy, but we have created friendships and memories that will last us a lifetime. Now, here at the end of our journey, our true journey is just beginning. We pushed ourselves academically, athletically, and socially with the help and assistance of the finest instructors in the country. During our time in the academy, we looked deep inside the makeup of today's society, the makeup of law enforcement, what we stand for, and who we want to become as police officers for the great city of Los Angeles. We were forced to look deep inside ourselves to get a better understanding of our own implicit biases and what makes each of us so different, yet so similar. The wealth of knowledge and experience shared during our classroom discussions was invaluable. Every single instructor's dedication to teaching and 5 a.m. study halls greatly prepared us for where we are today. Officer Bozzi, Officer Goodman, Officer Cisco, Officer Craig, Officer Fisco, and Officer On, thank you. Lieutenant Gallegos, though you didn't complete Class 921's journey alongside us, the few months you were with us surely made a lasting, lifelong impression. Your leadership style of teaching through doing really solidified the importance of continuously reviewing policies, procedures, and tactics to ensure top-notch execution. Being able to pair what the Academy teaches with your real-world experience proved to be vital in our success. Thank you for all you did, Lieutenant. And to D.I. Nielsen, thank you. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to us. You instilled integrity and fairness from day one and constantly reminded us about the privilege of doing push-ups, which you did alongside us. D.I. Nielsen, we are proud to be your final Academy class, and we will make you proud by leading through example our entire career. Class 921, let me finish by saying that we must conduct ourselves with honor and remember that our personal credibility constitutes the most important asset we possess. If we lose our credibility, if people cannot trust or believe us, if we ever give them reason to think that we are deceitful, then we will have lost everything. Remember that you create your own reputation each day with every action and every word. Protect your credibility and uphold your integrity. Class 921, congratulations. We are ready to protect and to serve.
Thank you, Officer Olson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the Mayor of the City of Los Angeles, Mayor Eric Garcetti.
Good morning, Class 921.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning to the loved ones that have brought you here to this moment. The friends, the family. Gracias a las familias hoy por su presencia, for the love that you've poured into these men and women. Because as much as we can teach them, we can't teach them how to have character. And that is a reflection of each and every one of you. To the instruction team, the best in the world, your drill instructor, to the command staff behind me, to our chief and our commissioners who serve without pay to oversee the greatest department in the world, I thank you. And what a great day this is today. In fact, your class president, when I was doing the inspection, said, and I asked how I was doing, he said, it's the best day of my life. What an extraordinary statement. And I hope that each one of you, each day you put on this uniform, each day you put on this badge, you feel that way. There's going to be tough days and traumatic things that you see. But I hope that every day is the best day of your life. Certainly when God wakes us up and brings us here, it's a good day. But when you can serve others, it's an extraordinary day. Not everybody always understands that. Public service is tough. You risk being criticized, second-guessed. You risk those who determine who you are before they've even met you. But you know what can change that is you. With that smile, with that help, with leading from your heart, you show that you're not a police officer, you're a human being with a name today. I come from a law enforcement family. My father once said to me, "We are not our titles." So you are not police officers first. You are the name that your parents gave you, the name that's on that badge, or on the nameplate next to your badge, and the name that you will have one day when you pass that badge on and somebody else comes in your place. Remember that. We are here because the people we work for have given us the privilege to have these titles for a period of our life. But I want to say to you today, you will have an extraordinary career. You will see the Olympics and the Paralympic Games come here in just a few years, and the World Cup. You will be able to be at places like the Academy Awards and the Grammys. You will see people in their most hopeful and in their most needy moments. And for some of you, like me, who are veterans, you've been deployed in other places around the world, in missions that have been tough. But this is a little different because you're not in somebody else's backyard. You're now protecting your own home turf. I was very impressed to see so many folks that come from the San Fernando Valley. We hear some love from the Valley folks that are here today, because I heard more graduates from Reseda, and Pacoima, and Sunland, Tahunga, and Van Nuys. I'm a Valley boy myself. And from those of you who came from South LA, or who came from India or Boston, foreign countries to us, because of the Celtics, of course, we welcome you as part of this amazing Los Angeles, a place where everybody belongs, where nobody, because of where they come from, if they're lucky enough to be from LA or smart enough to come to Los Angeles, doesn't own this city equally. But as you police and as you interact with folks, know that the people that you're interacting with, whether it's a suspect, whether it's somebody who is unhoused, that is us. That is a brother or a sister or a cousin or a former classmate. This is a neighbor of ours. And lead with strength always, but lead with love. Be confident today, but don't be cocky. Yes, it's okay to be scared, but never be afraid. Know how smart you are, but never stop learning. And please look after your own well-being. We teach you so much about your physical well-being. And look at these extraordinary officers who could outrun us, out-push up us, out-pull up us, who are at the peak physical fitness maybe of their lives, but you will keep that going. But think about your head and your soul and your happiness too. Because police officers have to see some of the things that no human beings need to or want to. And we want you to have a place that you can come back to, inside yourself, whether it's the faith that you have in God, whether it's the talking about the trauma that you will see, or whether it's just calling your classmates to catch up and say, how are you dealing with this? We want officers who are taking care of their mental health every single day. And to the family members too, support them, love them, be there for them. And I want you to know that we are there for you. Because this service isn't just about the officers, it is about the families. The children of these officers and the partners and spouses of these officers, the parents of these officers, everybody who carries that worry when somebody deploys whether or not they will come home. We will do everything to safeguard, to fund, to protect, and to make sure that they are filled with many other officers behind them. So this is one of the happiest days of, I hope, all of our lives. Not only because of the men and women wearing the dark blue, but the light blue who are coming behind them. And the next month after that, and the next month after that, who answered the call to serve their fellow human being. And I love the families, and I just want to take a moment of indulgence and thank Addie for being here too. And it is amazing to see the love and support, the dreams that are embodied here among everybody. And if her family will allow me, I'd like to declare Addie Connolly Day in the city of Los Angeles. Her brother is graduating today, and she is testament to the courage and the love and the commitment of the human spirit, and we love you very, very much. So with that, be strong, be fearless, be humble, learn to listen, and lead with love. You're going to be great police officers, and I can't wait to see you out there in the field. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, I would like to welcome, from the Los Angeles Board of Police Commissioners, Executive Director Richard T. Fink.
Good morning, Class 921.
Good morning, sir.
congratulations on your achievement today, which is the start of a great career in law enforcement. To the family and friends, thank you for your support. To the graduates today, some of them you know since they were born, and you've supported since they were born. And today is hopefully a great conclusion to a lot of your mentoring and nurturing as they grew into fine young men and women. You're about to embark on a great career. I can tell you because I've been in this profession now going into my 54th year. I would give anything to trade seats with any one of you today and start again. What was the laughter for? Today is a great opportunity for you because you enter policing at a dynamic time. Everyone is watching what you do. Everyone is an expert about what you do. Everything you do is caught on a cell phone, a body-worn camera that you will have, a third-party camera focusing on you, everything you do. But if you do it right, the way you taught in the academy, where your training officers will teach you to do, don't worry about that. Just go about and do your job the right way, the way you've been trained. As you go about and police the diverse communities of Los Angeles, do so with courtesy, compassion, and respect. Even though some of those that you encounter will not give you that courtesy and respect. You must not ever drop to their level. Keep your standards high, keep your integrity high, because everything you say and do is a reflection of the men and women of the Los Angeles Police Department. You and you alone are accountable for your actions. Do everything the right way, and you'll have a wonderful career. In conclusion, I would just want to say, as the mayor indicated, today being an exciting day for you, when you conclude this career, 25, 30, 35, 40 years from now, if you have that same excitement on your last day that you have today sitting in those seats, you will have a wonderful career. Be safe, make a difference, and take care. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, and joining me, the Chief of the Los Angeles Police Department, Chief Michael Moore.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir!
So to the family and friends, welcome to our academy grounds. These 22 acres, site of the 1932 Olympics, has been the home of the Los Angeles Police Department since 1935. And nearly every recruit, every member of this organization has come through this illustrious academy. I think if you look around here, you'll see evidence of our existence, our history, but also the fact that this is an organization that continually learns and develops and meets the moment, whatever that moment may call for, in policing a city of 4 million and serving 4 million Angelinos. It's also a very hot day. So as we sit here and as you sit there and as we go through today's ceremony, it is, I hope, one of the brightest moments of your life, and one that as you endure the heat, you also cherish what's being accomplished here today. As the mayor indicated, to every family member, every friend, husband, wife, partner, sibling, whatever your relationship with these young men and women here, you hold a responsibility, and you hold my gratitude for getting them here. This is not an easy path. The president spoke about, class president spoke about the journey in the last 7 months and all the challenges. But in reality, to get them into that seat was a lifelong engagement of their character, of the choices that they made, of the life in which they chose to live. And each of those aspects were things that you had a direct impact on, whether you realize it or not. You are now part of our family as these 55 recruits begin patrolling the streets of this city in the coming days. So I welcome you to our academy grounds as a family. As you look around here, please consider this part of your backyard to come and enjoy. Find some solitude.
reinforce the fact that as part of the LAPD family, that we have a trying and difficult job at times, but a very rewarding one, as long as we work together and remember our value, our purpose, and why we go about this task. The mayor introduced Addie Conley a few moments ago, and thank you, Mayor, for your work in declaring it Addie's Day in Los Angeles. But for the audience, I want to give a little more context because I believe it fits into my remarks of welcoming you into this Los Angeles Police Department family. You see, her brother is Gabe Conley, a 921 Academy recruit graduate today. Beginning of a few short days, he'll be at Northeast Patrol. And some 7 months ago, he began a journey that was, I'm sure, trying, difficult, days and hours and moments of questioning to himself whether he would be able to meet this moment of our requirements of what it means to be a police officer. Unbeknownst to you as an audience, was the Conley family was also facing a life and death engagement involving Addie. And in speaking with their mom and dad, Stacy and Chris, I share this information with you not as a means of embarrassment or to divulge a confidentiality or privacy, because they want to bring attention to it as well, and I want to support that, and I want you to know as a family that's what we do, is we talk, we share, and we work together when we're facing crises. You see, Addie, in July of last year, was told that she has leukemia. And in her condition, and the acute nature of it, was that she would not know whether she would actually see her brother enter into the academy. Her brother didn't know whether he should spend his time on this work of lifelong pursuit of being a police officer, or retreat back and support his sister and help her through this challenging engagement. The Conley family pulled together. They united. And they achieved greatness, in my view, because as Gabe accomplished his dream and supported his family simultaneously, allowing Chris and Stacy to be alongside Addie as she's fought with courage, and valor, and determination. Their story is a story of what it means to be a member of this family. In good time or bad, we stick together. We work together. We support each other. Addie is here today because she was down and determined that she would see her brother cross the stage. And I am grateful to God that she is seeing that day. But I'm also grateful for the fact that I know I have a police officer who's joining this organization who has that kind of heart. And to the family members, we were talked about earlier about the struggles of the last few years. Policing has always been a challenging profession, as Mr. Tiefenk indicated. Many more people know how to do it than actually are engaged in this work. And so you're going to face critics. You're going to face terrible times. You're going to see things, as the mayor indicated, no human should ever have to witness or experience. The trauma is real. The impact and the corrosive impact on yourself can be true. You, as a family, with this LAPD family, we work together to build that resilience, to restore the heart, to remind ourselves of why we do this work, because it matters. So, Addie, thank you for being here and allowing us to show that to the world. Now to the recruits. First, congratulations. But importantly, I asked each of you in an inspection why you want to be a member of this department. And each of you had a remark, a brief description. It all made sense. Before you leave here today, write that down. Whatever those words were, write them down on a piece of paper. For those of you that are younger than me, put it in your cell phone. Whatever vehicle you put it on, medium, read it every single day when you wake up or before you go to bed. read that statement. Remember why you're joining this department, why you're taking on the privilege of being a Los Angeles police officer, and never lose sight of that. As you go out each day, you have the privilege of serving people at their best and at their worst. And in that, I want you to know that as you follow your training that these men and women have given you, every bit of it learned over the decades of what it will keep you safe and what will allow you to navigate difficult and trying times. That as you work with your partner and rely upon your partner, no one does this work alone. And lastly, as you look to your character in those tough, undefined moments of challenging circumstances, that you will succeed. You will be fine. You'll look back later and recognize you did your very best, no matter the critic, no matter the person who knew better, or proposition that you should have chosen a different path. You can have that confidence. As Mr. T-Fank indicated in his 55 years of service, he would trade with you, I would trade with you with only 40 years. I'm a youngster, I'm just a little babe here. But I would trade with you in a moment for the experience that I've just talked about, the trials, the circumstances, the challenges, the impact it can have on your family. Because as I reflect back and look forward, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. So for those of you that see this as the happiest day of your life, enjoy it. For each of you, 55 of you, look to your left, look to your right, and know that you have forever joined a family. And as you move forward, honor that family, honor your family. Go out and do this work with professionalism, with care, with compassion, with valor. And honor the sacrifice of the 238 men and women who have sacrificed their life in the service of this great city. May God bless you. May God keep you safe. And may God bless the Los Angeles Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Moore. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank our Master of Ceremonies, Michael Ellington, our LAPD concert band directed by Maestro Richard Allen, and our executive director, Jim Starr. Please join me in acknowledging them. And now, Drill Instructor Nielsen, prepare the class to receive their diplomas. I would like to introduce Lieutenant Ray Pittman, who will assist Chief Moore with the presentation of the diplomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the newest police officers in the City of Angels, presenting the graduating officers of Class 921. Class Leader, Officer John Wallace. Officer Lorena Acosta. Officer Vanessa Aguiar. Officer Veronica Ahumada. Officer Matthew Alvarado. Officer Haley Alvarez. Officer Gustavo Anaya. Officer Marco Angulo. Officer Angulo proudly served his country as a Marine in the United States Marine Corps. Officer Dustin Adama. Officer Benito Bernal III. Officer Bernal will be joined on stage with his father, Pastor Benito Bernal. Officer Gabriel Berry. Officer Berry will be joined on stage by his family, Father Chris Connolly, Mother Stacy Berry, and Sister Addison Connolly. Officer Jesse Blanco. Officer Blanco proudly served his country as a soldier in the California Army National Guard. Officer Blanco will be joined on stage by his brother, Sergeant Samuel Blanco of LAPD, Newton Division. Squad Leader, Officer Eduardo Cardona. Officer Roland Causey. Squad Leader, Officer Amanda Cordova. Officer Eduardo Cruz Campos. Officer Cruz Campos will be joined on stage by his sisters, Police Officer Rosalia Cruz Campos of LAPD Newton Division and Police Service Representative Sylvia Cruz Campos of LAPD Communications Division. Officer Anthony Cumerlado. Officer Cumarlado proudly served his country as an airman in the United States Air Force. Class Guide, Officer Nikolai Darkus. Officer Darkus proudly served his country as a sailor in the United States Navy. Officer Yuri Diaz Marejon. Officer Hector Dominguez. Officer Ernie Estrada. Officer Estrada proudly served his country as a Marine in the United States Marine Corps. Officer Paul Ewing. Officer Jose Flores. Officer Flores proudly served his country as a soldier in the United States Army. Officer Flores will be joined on stage by his brother, Police Officer Israel Flores of LAPD Newton Division. Officer Angel Fuentes. Officer Fuentes proudly served his country as a Marine in the United States Marine Corps. Squad Leader, Officer Armando Garcia. Officer Garcia proudly served his country as a Marine in the United States Marine Corps. Officer Bradley Getting. Secretary, Officer Jasmine Hernandez. Officer Lockpreet Kaur. Officer Marcus Kovac. Officer Christina Leon. Officer Robert Linares Campos. Officer Nicholas Mackesy. Officer Mackesy proudly served his country as an airman in the United States Air Force. Officer Bailey Magana. Officer Anthony Martinez. Officer Kevin Martinez Barajas. Officer Martinez Barajas proudly served his country as a Marine in the United States Marine Corps. Officer Brian Medrano. Officer Julie Munoz. Class President, Officer Christopher Olson. Class Vice President, Officer Esau Ortega. Officer Ortega proudly served his country as a Marine in the United States Marine Corps. Officer Jess Perez. Officer Brandon Ramirez. Officer Felipe Restrepo. Officer Edgar Ruiz. Officer Ruiz proudly served his country as a soldier in the United States Army. Officer Lionel Rubalcaba, Jr. Officer Matthew Santos. Officer Santos will be joined on stage by his wife, Police Officer Jessica Santos of LAPD, West Valley Division, and his brother, Justin Santos of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, North County Correctional Facility. Officer Deja Smith. Officer Javier Solis. Officer Solis proudly served his country as a Marine in the United States Marine Corps. Officer Kenneth Soriano. Officer Soriano proudly served his country as a soldier in the United States Army. Officer Miguel Suarez. Officer Suarez will be joined on stage by his brother, Police Officer Jonathan Suarez Alvarez of LAPD North Hollywood Division. Officer James Talavera.
Go, James.
Treasurer, Officer Pablo Torres.
I see you.
Officer Denis Valle Castañeda. Officer Alberto Vaquera, Jr. Officer Angel Vasquez. Officer Tyler Wilde. At this time, we would like to acknowledge one lateral police officer joining the Los Angeles Police Department, Officer Cody Massey. The department would like to recognize individuals from Class 921 who have distinguished themselves through the past 24 weeks of training. The first award is for top academic achievement. The officer who achieved the highest academic average for Class 921 is Officer Gabriel Berry. The second award is for top achievement in physical conditioning. The best officer in physical training for Class 921 is Officer Pablo Torres. The third award is for the top officer in arrest and control. The best officer in arrest and control for Class 921 is Officer Anthony Cumerlado. The fourth award is for top achievement in weapons proficiency. The top gun who attained the highest qualifying scores for Class 921 is Officer Bradley Getting. The fifth award is the Outstanding Driver's Award. The officer who had the best overall performance in driving for Class 921 is Officer John Wallace. The sixth award is the Sergeant Frank Micah Award for Tactical Proficiency, named in honor of the late Sergeant Frank Micah. This award is earned by the officer who attained the top proficiency in tactics. The officer who achieved the best overall performance in tactics for Class 921 is Officer John Wallace. At this time, we would like to acknowledge Class Leader, Officer John Wallace, for guiding, mentoring, and leading Class 921 for the past 24 weeks of the Academy. The Human Relations Award is presented to the graduate who demonstrated their commitment to the Los Angeles Police Department's community policing philosophy. Joining Chief Moore to present the award is Commissioner Niranjan Khalsa of the Human Relations Commission. The recipient of the Human Relations Award for Class 921 is Officer Dustin Adama. Thank you, Commissioner Khalsa. The Los Angeles Police Commission Memorial Recognition Award is dedicated to the memory of Officer Tina Kerbrat, who was killed in the line of duty February 11, 1991. The award is presented to the recruit officer who was the most inspirational officer throughout the 6 months of training at the Los Angeles Police Academy. Presenting this award with Chief Moore is Board of Police Commissioners Executive Director Richard Tiefang. Today's recipient for Class 921 is Officer Gabriel Berry. Thank you, Mr. Tiefang. Chief William H. Parker led the Los Angeles Police Department for 16 years. After his death in 1966, the William H. Parker Foundation was created in his honor to provide educational grants and equipment to the men and women of the Los Angeles Police Department. The William H. Parker Award recognizes overall excellence and is awarded to the #1 officer in the class. This officer receives a gift certificate from the Los Angeles Police Revolver and Athletic Club and a 1-year membership to the Peace Officers Association of Los Angeles County. Joining Chief Moore to present the award is the Vice President from the Parker Foundation, Dave Fryer. The #1 officer and recipient of the William H. Parker Award for Class 921 is Officer Edgar Ruiz. Thank you, Chief Moore. At this time, please allow me to reintroduce the Commanding Officer of Training Division, Commander John Pinto.
Please join me in giving the 921 graduating class and our latter graduate another round of applause. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the benediction to be delivered by Department Chaplain, Pastor Henry Ellis.
Shall we bow? Father, as we just depart from this location, we pray that we will not be departed from your presence. Keep us safe, keep us all healthy. And I ask it, oh God, in your sweet name, amen.
In a few moments, you will witness two traditions performed by the graduating class. First, the class will share their class chant. The class chant is designed by the recruits to demonstrate their class pride and to motivate them to work as a team during their time in the academy. I would like to read to you the class chant for class 921. 921, what's our creed? The more we sweat, the less we bleed. We're the proud, brave, and true. Protect and serve is what we do. From beginning to end, we lead the charge. Into the fray, we bravely march. Never back down, never hide. First to fight, hold the line. Class 921, second to none, City of Angels, here we come. The second tradition you will witness will be when the class tosses their hats into the air, signifying they have graduated. This moment marks the end of their academy training and the beginning of their careers in law enforcement. I would like to thank everyone for attending the graduation and would like to wish all the graduates the very best in their law enforcement careers. I would also like to thank Drill Instructor Nielsen for your over 30 years of dedicated service, and we wish you continued success in your future endeavors. Drill Instructor, thank you. Here we go. Drill Instructor Nielsen, dismiss Class 921 for the last time.
Foot. One step forward. March. Class Leader Wallace, front and center. Yes, sir. Class 921, for the last time. Dismiss! 921, what's our creed?
The more we sweat, the less we bleed.
We're the proud, brave, and true.
Protect and serve is what we do.
From beginning to end, we lead the charge.
Into the brave, brave march.
Never back down, never hide.
First to the fight, hold the line.
Class 921, second to none.
City of Angels, here we come.
Who are we?
921.
Who are we?
921.
About face. 921, what's our creed?
The more we sweat, the less we bleed.
We're the proud, brave, and true.
Protect and serve